Practice being calm and know when to keep quiet. As we step into life, everyone experiences moments of confusion and struggle with relationships, decisions, and even losses. But you know what? It's in simplicity, knowing when to stay silent, and holding firm to your inner self that we truly find peace and maturity. Life isn't always easy. However, if you can learn to let go of what's unnecessary, you will discover true value in silence and being cool when needed. Today, we'll reflect on essential principles for communication and life. Together, we'll learn to master emotions, avoid unnecessary mistakes, and most importantly, know when silence is the key to earning respect and achieving genuine growth. 1. If your messages go unanswered, stop sending more. This is a basic rule of self-respect in relationships. When you send a message and receive no response, it might be a sign that the other person isn't interested or willing to continue the conversation. Persistently messaging without a reply can make you seem desperate and diminish your self-worth. Remember, silence is also a form of communication. Instead of clinging, take a step back and focus on other areas of your life. Spend time with yourself and those who genuinely care about you. If necessary, address issues face-to-face instead of waiting for an uncertain reply. This not only preserves your dignity but also helps you manage your emotions and avoid unnecessary stress or anxiety. 2. Learn to enjoy your alone time. Being alone doesn't mean being lonely. Many people fear solitude and try to fill the void with temporary relationships or unnecessary social activities. However, when you learn to embrace your time alone, it becomes a valuable opportunity for self-growth. Engage in personal hobbies such as reading, listening to music, journaling, or learning a new skill. Solitude isn't frightening if you use it to discover yourself. Time spent alone helps refresh your mind, think more deeply about life, and identify what truly matters. Be grateful for the moments you can sit with yourself without relying on the presence of others. 3. Face pain without seeking pity. When experiencing pain, it's natural and necessary to express emotions. However, how you process and release those emotions matters. Instead of seeking sympathy or pity from others, learn to confront your pain independently. You can cry in private to release negative emotions, but after that, stand strong and move forward. Crying isn't a sign of weakness, it's a way for your body to process emotions. Once the tears have dried, remind yourself that life goes on. You must find the strength to overcome challenges. Relying on others' pity only deepens your wounds and doesn't help you truly heal. The key is to stand up on your own and find joy within yourself. 4. If someone slows you down, gently change direction. Life is a journey, and not everyone is meant to walk alongside you for its entirety. Sometimes, certain people or relationships become obstacles, hindering your progress and growth. Rather than clinging to or maintaining relationships that no longer serve a purpose, know when it's time to take a different path. This doesn't mean giving up easily, it means understanding that letting others follow their path while you pursue yours can be better for both parties. Changing direction not only helps you avoid unnecessary difficulties but also opens doors to new opportunities, relationships, and positive experiences. Flexibility in choosing your path is a crucial factor in advancing further in life. 5. The only person who can hurt you is yourself. In many cases, feelings of hurt don't stem from others' actions or words but from how you react and interpret what happened. You have complete control over your emotions and how you handle challenging situations. When you realize that no one can hurt you unless you allow them to, you become stronger and more independent. Instead of letting others dictate your feelings, focus on managing your mindset and emotions. Remember, you are the one in charge of how you feel. If you don't let negativity affect you, no one can harm you. This realization leads to a freer and more peaceful life. 6. When you're sad, find someone you trust to talk to. Facing sadness or difficulties alone can make you feel isolated and hopeless. However, don't let sorrow become an overwhelming burden. Seek out a close friend or someone you trust to share your thoughts and feelings. Opening up not only lightens your emotional load but also allows you to receive valuable advice. You don't have to face everything on your own. Asking for support isn't a sign of weakness, it's a smart way to cope with your emotions. 7. If you love someone, be brave and say it. Courage in love is a precious quality. Instead of keeping your feelings to yourself and hoping the other person will notice, be bold and express them. No matter the outcome, you won't regret being honest with your emotions. Holding back your love and staying silent only leaves you in uncertainty and pain. If your feelings are reciprocated, it's wonderful. If not, at least you've faced it courageously and can move forward. Being brave enough to confess your feelings builds confidence and prepares you for new opportunities. 8. Don't settle for someone just because you're lonely. Loneliness can tempt you into shallow or insincere relationships. However, loving someone just to fill a void in your heart will only lead to deeper loneliness. A relationship that isn't built on genuine love will leave you feeling disconnected. Instead of rushing, focus on building a stronger relationship with yourself and seeking meaningful connections. Love born from sincerity and true connection is the kind that brings lasting happiness. 9. Always remember the birthdays of your loved ones. Special occasions like birthdays are perfect opportunities to show love and care for your loved ones, especially family. This simple gesture not only strengthens bonds but also reminds you of their importance in your life. A small act like remembering your mother's or a loved one's birthday can bring immense joy and foster lasting relationships. Take advantage of these occasions to give gifts or share heartfelt wishes, expressing gratitude and respect. 10. When you're in a bad mood, choose sleep to calm down. When emotions are overwhelming, it's easy to make poor decisions or act impulsively. Instead of reacting immediately, give yourself time to rest and regain calmness. Sleep is a powerful way to soothe your mood and clear your mind. After waking up, you'll feel more relaxed, able to see the situation objectively, and find appropriate solutions without being influenced by negative emotions. 11. Never ask someone if they miss or love you. Feelings like longing and love cannot be measured or confirmed through words. Those who truly love and care for you will show it through their actions, without you needing to ask. Asking someone if they miss or love you often stems from insecurity and a lack of confidence in the relationship. True love doesn't need verbal proof, it is felt with the heart. Trust your feelings and the relationship itself instead of relying on others' answers to define your happiness. 12. Don't overthink or overemphasize problems. Life is inherently imperfect, and trying to control everything will only add unnecessary stress. Sometimes the best way to handle undesirable situations is to let them unfold naturally. When you focus too much on one thing, you may overlook other important aspects of life. Excessive control can destroy the very good things you're trying to preserve. Learn to let go, allow things to flow naturally, and life will feel much lighter. 13. It's okay to be a little foolish sometimes. You don't always need to be smart and alert. A bit of foolishness can lead to delightful and authentic moments. You don't have to know everything to prove your worth. In many situations, being naive or carefree can ease tension and steer clear of unnecessary arguments. Live authentically and don't pressure yourself to always be right or perfect. 14. Never speak ill of others. No matter the situation, speaking poorly of others harms relationships and tarnishes your own reputation. If you have issues with someone, address them directly. If it's unnecessary, simply stay silent. Criticism or gossip will only worsen relationships and add no real value. When speaking about someone, strive to highlight their positive qualities. This helps you maintain respect and credibility in the eyes of others. 15. Your thoughts are limitless, but they need boundaries. Human creativity and thought are infinite. However, without boundaries, you may fall into aimless or scattered thinking. Thinking needs structure and direction to help you achieve specific goals. Just as a river needs banks to maintain its flow, you need boundaries to focus your thoughts and avoid negativity or confusion. Learn to manage your thinking effectively, set clear goals, and work towards them. 16. A friend of the opposite gender can be worth 10 same-gender friends. The differences between genders aren't just in how they view life but also in how they handle situations. A friend of the opposite gender often brings fresh perspectives and insights, helping you broaden your understanding and experiences. Friendships between genders enrich emotional diversity and provide a well-rounded approach to personal growth. 17. Think carefully before you speak, but don't say everything you think. Thinking before speaking is a sign of wisdom, but you don't need to voice every thought. Some things are better kept to yourself or aren't necessary to share with others. Be selective in what you share to avoid unintentionally hurting someone or putting yourself in an awkward position. Thoughtful communication fosters better relationships and mutual understanding. 18. When deciding to change, do it quietly. When you decide to make a significant change in your life, keep it quiet and take action instead of broadcasting it widely. Silence allows you to focus on your goals without being distracted by conflicting opinions. True success is shown through your actions, not your words. By acting silently, you demonstrate seriousness and capability. 19. Resolve conflicts within 24 hours. One of the best ways to avoid strained relationships is to resolve conflicts as soon as possible, ideally within 24 hours. Prolonging a conflict leads to accumulated negative emotions, making the situation more complicated. A simple apology or honest conversation can help ease tensions before they escalate. This not only maintains healthy relationships but also showcases maturity in handling situations. 20. Don't blame circumstances for failure. Failure is a part of life, and blaming circumstances only leads to negativity. Instead, view failure as an opportunity to learn and grow. Life is not always fair, but it's important to extract lessons from failures and strive to improve. Not every effort leads to success, but each failure brings a chance to become stronger. 21. Love yourself before seeking love from others. If you don't love yourself, it's difficult to receive love and respect from others. Loving yourself doesn't mean being selfish, but appreciating your own worth. Take time to care for your mental well-being and personal growth. When you love yourself, you radiate positive energy, attracting positive things into your life. Don't wait for others to bring happiness, create it for yourself. 22. Listen more, speak less. Silence does not equate to weakness or lack of confidence. In many cases, silence is the best way to listen and learn. Talking too much often leads to regret, as you may inadvertently say things that are unnecessary or incorrect. Learn to listen to others, as each story holds valuable lessons. Wise silence allows you to view situations from various perspectives and make accurate decisions. 23. Sometimes being carefree can help you recognize your true value. Being overly responsible and concerned about others' opinions can lead to stress. Try living a bit more carefree, not worrying too much about pleasing everyone. Live for yourself, do what truly excites and fulfills you. This helps relieve social pressure and allows you to recognize the true value of life. You can't make everyone happy, so prioritize yourself and live in the way you want. Next, please listen to the story, When You Can't Stand Other People. A long time ago, on a mountain, there was a temple. In this temple, there was a young monk who was quite confident in his intellect and knowledge. He often enjoyed conversing with intelligent people but grew impatient when dealing with fellow monks who had shallow understanding or spoke awkwardly. This caused the master to frequently reprimand him. One day, while gathering firewood, the young monk met a little monkey named Tu Quang, who often played around the area. After collecting a lot of firewood and resting by the stream, the monk asked Tu Quang to fetch a towel to wipe his sweat. However, instead of a towel, the monkey brought back a piece of firewood. The monk laughed and continued trying various ways to instruct, but every time, the monkey brought firewood. Upon returning, the young monk shared the story with the master. The master asked, "Why is it that when your fellow monks don't understand you, you get upset, but with Tu Quang, you find it amusing?" The monk replied, Because Tu Kuang is a monkey, it's normal for him not to understand. But my fellow monks are humans, they should understand what I say. The master responded, each person has different levels of understanding. Good knowledge isn't the result of effort alone, and those with less understanding aren't at fault. Their environment, circumstances, and experiences shape them. How can you expect everyone to be like you? Hearing this, the young monk bowed in silence. The master continued, your biggest mistake isn't just in losing your temper easily, but in not learning to see the world through a monk's eyes, with empathy in your heart and understanding through wisdom. From that moment, the young monk began to change his perspective and behavior, realizing that tolerance is not only for others but also a path toward wisdom and personal growth. Next, let's listen to the article, Life is Not Forever, Don't Dwell on the Insignificant. When life gives you 100 reasons to cry, show life that you have 1,000 reasons to smile. Each of us faces a myriad of experiences, beautiful moments and moments of suffering. However, always remain optimistic to make your life beautiful. Getting lost isn't scary, what's truly frightening is not knowing where you want to go. Once you have direction and determination to follow through, any path will lead you to your destination. Lao Tzu once said, a person cannot remain happy for more than 3 days. The complexities of society are full of competition, temptations, and responsibilities that cannot be avoided. Life moves on relentlessly. What we couldn't reflect on today, tomorrow arrives. If there comes a moment when you slow down, setting aside the pursuits you haven't achieved, you will realize, how much time do we have to waste? 20 years of growth, 20 years of youth, 20 years of hardship, and 20 years of aging. How many times do we get 20 years in a lifetime? If there's something you want to do it while you still can. Live a little more practically. When looking up at the stars, don't forget to keep your feet firmly on the ground. Knowing many truths isn't enough if you don't take action. If you only see the destination but stay still, it will remain out of reach. Life presents many things that bring joy when gained, but make you lose direction when lost. Therefore, don't fixate on things that don't matter. If you do, you'll be the one hurt the most. If you find joy in life, turn it into your life's pursuit. It will be the source of your happiness. Life has too many people and too many things. Not everything or everyone deserves your attention and energy. How many events have you witnessed over the years? How much have you truly let go? What have you truly achieved through countless calculations? How much time and energy have you spent on nitpicking? When life comes to an end, what will you take with you? As you near the end, life will play like a film, clearly showing every good deed and every wrong you've done. One truth remains, generosity and a smile will help you accept things the world finds hard to tolerate. In this world, there will always be people who cause you frustration, jealousy, or discomfort. But it's not because they are wrong, it's because your heart isn't wide enough to embrace them. Life is not meant for stubbornness. Learn to restrain and let go. Don't cling to habits that keep you stuck. Instead, remind yourself, I can do it. In love, being overly attentive can become suffocating. Everyone needs personal space, both physical and mental. To find inner peace, clearly distinguish between what you must bear and what you can let go. To live freely, understand the gains and losses in life's cycle and recognize your own role and responsibility. Live your life well, fulfill your duties, and strive for personal growth to benefit others. Only then will you truly fulfill your responsibility to yourself in the best way possible. Life is an unending series of experiences. In the end, we leave this world empty-handed. Is wealth truly yours? No, you can't take it with you. Is status yours? No, you can't hold on to it. Everyone lives within the limited span of a few decades of life. Strive to the fullest so that when you look back, you won't feel ashamed. The sweet and bitter experiences, the ups and downs faced, will turn life into a myriad of colors. In this way, life will not be wasted, and one's existence will not be in vain. Think broadly, and you won't be easily swayed. Take things lightly, and you won't be tormented. Understand deeply, and you won't be troubled. In life, wealth does not need to be abundant, just enough for comfort. Relationships don't need to be numerous, just genuine. Status does not need to be high, just a peaceful heart. Life is better when wealth isn't excessive, just sufficient. Work isn't overwhelming, moments of busy and relaxed are enough. Friends aren't many, but they always bring warmth. The hardest happiness throughout life is inner peace. A stable mind is essential, while a practical and clear approach is necessary. Life requires calmness because the more restless the mind, the more chaotic it becomes. A calm mind allows for ease. Calmness isn't just a state of mind but a higher level of soul serenity. Life consists of two words, birth and death. Relationships consist of two words, union and separation. Emotions consist of two words, sorrow and joy. Life consists of two words, ups and downs. What needs to be forgotten should be left behind. The most important thing is experience. Whether joyful or painful, once it's past, there's no need to dwell on it. When tired, rest. When you wake up, smile and keep pushing forward. Life will once again be beautiful, and nothing will be more valuable. In this world, there's no such thing as unfairness. Only an unjust heart exists. Live without resentment, without blame, without hatred. If you don't pay attention to everything, your mind will be peaceful. Whether it's obsession or love, let them pass. Cherish those before you, that is true happiness. Next, let's listen to the article, Don't Belittle Yourself, Learn to be Tolerant and Give Yourself a Chance. Many parents still believe that if their children don't excel academically, they won't amount to anything. In reality, not every child who slackens or plays excessively becomes a layabout. What truly determines a person's life is not how high their education is or how many degrees they hold, but whether they have the ambition and know how to sharpen their strengths. Once, while giving a lecture in Taichung, a teacher shared with me a thought-provoking story after the session. A student returned to his village school in Taichung many years after graduating to visit his teacher. At this point, the teacher, who was nearing retirement at 50, had taught many students and didn't immediately recognize the student. He asked, "What year did you graduate?" "7th grade, sir." After thinking for a moment, the teacher replied, "It's been 25 years. So, 16 years since you graduated." The teacher still couldn't recall the student until he mentioned, "Sir, back then, everyone used to call me Monkey Boy because I was good at climbing trees and climbing very high. Once, I climbed to the rooftop of a 2-story classroom and couldn't come down. You were the one who called the fire brigade to bring me down with a ladder." The teacher immediately remembered, "Oh, I remember now. You were the one who didn't like studying. When you graduated, you only barely knew your name, and didn't really understand much else. What are you doing now?" The student replied, "I work in construction." Hearing this, the teacher looked surprised and asked, "You can earn that much doing construction work?" The student explained, "Yes, I assemble steel structures for high-rise buildings. There aren't many people brave enough to work on the 20th or 30th floors, and even fewer skilled workers who can quickly and securely install bolts and nuts." After hearing this, the teacher couldn't help but be impressed, truly impressive. I was wrong to judge students solely based on their academic achievements. That mischievous student, once nicknamed Monkey Boy, leveraged his strengths and honed his skills, ultimately becoming the best steel structure installer in Taiwan, earning many times more than the average person. Don't just focus on your weaknesses. Many people often worry and feel down about what they don't know or their weaknesses, while paying little attention to their strengths or potential. Instead of constantly dwelling on shortcomings, why not focus on developing your strengths? That once troublesome student, from a playful child who loved climbing trees, utilized his strengths to find a suitable career, continuously improving his skills and achieving success. This story isn't about encouraging students to neglect their studies but rather highlighting that by leveraging their strengths and putting in effort, they will gain recognition from society, benefiting both themselves and contributing positively to the nation. As the saying goes, master one skill, gain honor for a lifetime. Excelling in one field ensures long-term success. With focused development of your abilities, success is achievable in any area. Advice for parents: every parent wishes for their child's success. However, pushing children too hard to achieve high grades can unintentionally suppress their talents. Learning should go hand in hand with practice, and theory should complement reality. Some children may not excel in academics but have great potential in fields like art, music, or technical skills. It is crucial to identify their strengths and provide the right environment for them to grow according to their interests and aspirations. Each child is like a seed. Only when planted in the right environment can they flourish and bear fruit. Don't belittle yourself, be tolerant of yourself, and give yourself a chance. Lessons learned: learn to live with a sense of detachment and know when to remain silent. Life is full of conflicts, and if you continue to dwell on them or try to explain, you'll only wear yourself out and waste energy. Being detached doesn't mean being indifferent, but rather learning to maintain calm in the face of praise or criticism. Silence at the right moment demonstrates maturity and helps avoid unnecessary conflicts. Focus your energy on meaningful pursuits, developing yourself, because true success is the strongest answer.